Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I'm doing another recipe again. And I'm going to put it, as I'm doing the things in my counter, I'll let you see what I'm doing. And I'll put them in my skillet as I'm going along. I already cooked my lentils, so they're already done. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the onion. Hi to everybody coming on. Thank you for coming in. Let me go ahead and share this out real quick. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to everybody. Ask for a share, and then I'm going to go ahead and share it out myself. I feel it's important because there's people that don't have Periscope that might want to see this on Facebook or Twitter. This is a recipe that's made with lentils. Now, I have cooked the lentils ahead of time. Hi, good to see you, Tammy. I have cooked the lentils ahead of time. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. I wanted to do that off camera because that takes a little time to get the lentils cooked, and I wanted to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and find a bowl or something to put these in. Just put these in a bowl so I can drop them into my skillet so I don't get them on the floor, because that would be horrible for them to go on the floor. And everybody knows this stuff. Well, it doesn't matter if they're a type of bean or not. Lentils are still good. I'm not going to argue with anybody on that point. I really don't care if they're a bean or what they are. They're good. That's the point. They're real good. So put those in here. Now I'm going to chop up this pepper. Not sure if I'm going to need the whole thing or not, but I'm going to go ahead and... Whole thing with this is not to use very much. Put a lot under there at once because you can't chop it if you do that. Just put a little bit at a time. And everybody knows this is the Pampered Chef chopper. There's my daughter. Good to see you, sweetie. Did you get your car? Did you get your new car, sweetie? Oh, good. No, I didn't soak the lentils. Not at all. And here's the rest of this. I probably will just go ahead and cut this up. And it says a small one. This is actually a pretty good size one, but I'm just going to go ahead and best thing I can do is just cut it into a few pieces like this. And I'm putting stuff in my skillet, and after I get everything in the skillet, then I'll put the skillet down so you can see what I've got in the skillet. Of course, I could probably do that now, and you can still watch me do it on the counter anyway. You can still see what I'm doing on the counter and see what's in the skillet. That would probably be best. Okay, and just cut this down. Cut it into smaller pieces. That way, when you go to chop it, it's easier to chop that way. And I also have some garlic that I'm going to mince, and I will be using the garlic press. So those that have never seen the garlic press being used, but my daughter probably has, or maybe she has. She's probably seen Alexis use it. I'll be using it. I love that thing. That's one of my favorite tools. With this chopper, you can hit it as many times as you want. You can get it as fine as you want. I like to get it a fine chop, so I'll hit it 4 or 5 times to get it a real fine chop. And as you can see, it's real fine. Just take this thing since I got that. Take the mat and just put it in my pan. And this is a 12-inch skillet that I'm using. I put a little bit of water in my skillet at the bottom so I can kind of keep the stuff from burning. These are pretty good sized garlic cloves. I'll have to wash this off. Well, yeah, try to clean this off a little better. These garlic cloves are a little bit on the big side, so I'm going to cut them down just a little bit. Put them in here because they won't mince if you have them too big. You just squeeze it together like that. And I just take the handle of the brush and get it out. And then what I do is I take the handle of the brush to get out the paper. Sometimes this could be a little trying to get it out enough. Squeeze those handles together. This one is a really big one. It can't be, you can't put the whole thing in there by anything. That's way too big, so that has to be cut down. I might have to cut it down smaller. I don't know. We'll see if it'll work. Because if it's too big, it won't go in here and it won't mince it. I think it might have to be cut down a little smaller. Well, it's coming out. Let's see. See, what I like about this is it takes this paper right off. Takes the paper right off. When you mince it, it takes it. I don't have to peel it. Because I always, with regular without the garlic press, I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit more, I think. Take this out. Have to cut it down just a little bit more. Still a little bit big. Cut it down about another half or so. There we go. Now put it in here. Because before when you do garlic, without the garlic press, you had a hard time, you know, you'd have to peel it and everything. Well, now I don't have to do that. There we go. Welcome to everybody coming in, and thank you for coming in and sharing this out. Let me go ahead and take and throw this in my garbage. Get it out of here. Off a little bit there. Okay. Now I'm going to go over what I have to do. I got to stir this. Okay. Don't want these to burn. I think this 12-inch skillet will be just fine because you see how much I got in here. Need to saute them. Okay, and while that's sauteing, I'll clean this up a little bit, I'm going to get the rest of my seasonings out so I don't forget them. See the seasonings that I need. I'm ready to go before that's done. Chili powder, paprika. I don't have any semblance of order in here, so I'll have to take some of these out to get to what I want. Got big ones and little ones in here. Oh, you can hear my dog outside. He's out there barking at a squirrel again. Smoked paprika. Okay, here's smoked paprika. And let's see. I also have a can of tomato sauce. I did buy that. Let's see if I need more in here. Maple syrup. Sea salt. Okay, I've got everything I need. I need the salt, so I'll use that. Sea salt. Now I'll get my tomato sauce. I'm going to go ahead and open up this can because it takes a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. And I got this kind here. It's organic. I'm going to get my thing and I'm going to open it up. That's the type of can opener I have. It's real simple. Because when it opens the can, it doesn't leave any sharp edges, and I can run my finger across it. The lid is not sharp, and the can is not sharp. Neither one are sharp. And it stops itself when it's all done. You can see I can pull this off. See, it's not sharp at all. This back. What I need to do here. Okay, I think that's getting pretty good. Now I'll say to add the chili powder and smoked paprika. All right, here's my chili powder and smoked paprika. I got to figure out how much of that I need. Let's see. Looking for my little ones. I got them in here somewhere. This is just salt. All right, 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Oh, I got to use the bigger one on that one. All right. That seems like an awful lot of chili powder, but that's what they say. That's what I'll use. We'll see what this is gonna be like. I'm almost out of chili powder. I should have bought some more. If I don't have enough, I'll just have to use what I have. In fact, I think I'm gonna just have to. Don't have 3 tablespoons. I think I'm gonna have to just leave it go at that. Step away a minute. Go outside. Come on, go outside. Go outside. Trying to get my dog to go outside. She wants to be right by me all the time. Okay, now I'm just going to have to leave what chili powder I have. I don't think I've got any more of it, but let me check. I think I'm completely out. I should have bought some more, but I didn't think I needed any more. I've got so much as far as spices up here that I don't want to buy more than I really need. I think I don't have to buy. I think I only had one and I used it up, but that's okay. I don't like a lot of chili powder in my stuff anyway, so that's okay. It's supposed to be 3 tablespoons, and I'll put that in the recipe. And I just used what I had. And let's see. Smoked paprika. Okay, smoked paprika. How much of that do I need? 2 teaspoons. All right. Dry this off. All right. Got to coat all these. Smoked paprika is really a dark color. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to coat all these vegetables. Coat them real good. If I'm not looking at your comments, it's because I'm busy working. And I'll just have to go back and check them out. That's what Alexis has to do. She gets sometimes 25 and 30 at a time. And she doesn't always see them right away. I watched her replay this morning. So I heard the notification. I was awake when I got the notification this morning, but I just rolled over and went right back to sleep. So I didn't even see it. Now add the chili. Okay, I did that. Add the tomato sauce It's supposed to be a little ketchup, which I don't, let's see, I'm going to have to, or tomato paste, which I have tomato paste, and I'll use that instead. Gotta find my tomato paste. I know I got some down here. If I not, I could, oh, I know where it's at. Sorry about that. You know where my tomato paste is at? Here we go. Another thing of tomato paste, I'll open that up. It doesn't want to open that one for some reason. Come on. Yeah, I didn't put it on there right. It's not opening it. Maybe the batteries are going dead in it. I'll have to use my other regular can opener for this. Hold on, I'll be right back. I like this other one better because the edges are, you know, don't cut your fingers up and stuff. Okay, I'll put this in here. Tomato sauce. Now, how much of that? It says, or tomato paste. 2 tablespoons. Okay. Little spoon. Okay, let's use this. Maybe a little bit more. That's a little bit too much. Okay, there. Push that right out. And I'll get another tablespoon. Happened to put a little too much on there. There we go. That should be about right. And then push that right out. You know, these are Pampered Chef measuring adjustable spoons. I'll put this lid back on. I'll stick that in the refrigerator, put that in a container. Okay. I'm making a little bit of mess here, I see. I don't know what to do with my rag. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'll incorporate this. It's all done here. Then I'm going to add the lentils, and then I'm going to add the salt to season to taste. Okay, the lentils are already done. Like I said, they're already hot. It was a cup of lentils to 4 cups of water, and I drained the water off. And then I can incorporate this. Then I add my salt, and this is the vegan sloppy joes. Actually, it called for green lentils, but Walmart doesn't have green. They only have the brown, so that's all I used. I think doesn't really think it really matters. I probably could have gone to the other store where I do some shopping and could have probably got some there where they got the stuff, but I just didn't do it. A teaspoon of salt, maybe. Half a teaspoon. Okay. That's a half a tablespoon. Got the teaspoon in there. Hard to find everything I'm looking for. Okay, where they're all at? Are they in here? Oh, I probably used the other ones are dirty. So I'm going to have to, I'll just put some in here and not worry about it and just sprinkle it on and make sure I don't get too much. Just stir it around. Because you just do salt to taste anyway. It doesn't have a specific amount. Okay, there's basically, right here are the lentils. Put this back. Sorry about that. My dogs are going crazy out there. They're out. Clean this up a little bit. And I think that pretty much this is done. Okay, there we go. Turn it off, and I'll sit this up on the cooling rack so you can see it. It'll be a little easier to see it that way. I'll clean my cupboard up really good after I get done with the dishes to do anyway. There we go. Now you can see it. I'll put it up now. There you can see it. There are my vegan sloppy joes, and you put them on a bun. Or you can eat them open faced, or however you want to eat them. The way I used to eat sloppy joes is put a slice of bread on a plate and put the sloppy joes on top of the plate, and I had it. I know it does, doesn't it? And lentils are good anyway. Yeah, I think it does too, and it's so simple to make. Not hard at all. I wanted to get the lentils cooked before I came on here, before I turned the camera on, because it takes long enough to cook them. And I figured, well, that's boring for you to have to cook them in front of you. So I just cooked them on the stove and got them done and just did everything else in front of you. And I tell you that, look at that, how good that looks. Hi, Vanita, good to see you. Yeah, doesn't it look yummy? It really does. I've got a fork here. Let me rinse it off, and let me step away again. Sorry, but this cold is really wanting to linger, and the nose problem is it's the worst. It keeps hanging in there. So I'll just wash my hands real quick, and then there we go. Good to see you, Vanita. There you go. I don't know if you've ever talked to my daughter before, Vanita, but she's the Laura 0475. That's my daughter. Who likes to come in here. She's not vegan, but she likes to come in and watch my scopes. I'm gonna see if I can just taste a little bit of this and see what it tastes like. Actually, better than sloppy joes. Very good. Better than sloppy joes. Oh, good, 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 good. Wonderful, wonderful. But there you can see, there's the vegan. I don't want to touch this because this is hot. That's why I did that. Put it on the, but this is a real good recipe. Simple to make. Hi, Erlene. Didn't see you come in. Welcome. I'm glad. I missed your comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I could go back and get them. I don't know if you watched my replay from yesterday, Erlene. I did miss you yesterday, but I figured you were out with Brandon. So let me go back and I can check the comments. What kind of bread? I just use the bread that I had yesterday. I showed it's called a naked bread. It's a real thick bread. It's made here locally, and I use that for my bread. I'll probably eat this open faced. I want to take a picture of it the way it is in the skillet. Must use an over the counter. Well, I haven't been using anything. It's just been just been a plague of mine, but I know, doesn't it though? Oh, you're driving. Well, like I said, I don't know if you saw my replay yesterday, Earlene, because I missed you in here now, but I figured you were out with Brandon, so you couldn't see my replay from or be in here live yesterday. But what I had made yesterday turned out really good as well, and this I'm going to really like too. Yes, I was. Oh my goodness. You're right. I was. Oh my God. I felt like death warmed over. I was terrible. But you know, I'm so much better now. I can get up and do things, and I still get a little tired, but that's, hi, good to see you, welcome. But that's understandable. At my age, I'm going to get tired a lot easier. But and my daughter, she gets a lot of headaches, so she falls asleep just like on the drop of a hat. And I was sleeping before I started to come in here, and I thought, oh, I better wake up and come in here because I needed to get things done. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Is coffee vegan? No, it's not. No, it is not. It's got caffeine in it. Oh, I am too. Anything with caffeine is not good for you because caffeine is a stimulant. So I do not drink Pepsi or Coca-Cola or any of those that have caffeine in them because that's a stimulant. I drink water, most of all. That's what I drink. It's better for you, you know. And when I have cereal, I put almond milk, vanilla almond milk in my cereal. And if I use non-dairy milks in my things I make, I use the unsweetened almond milk. It works out better than, no, I don't drink any kind of coffee. No, I do not drink coffee at all. I don't care for the taste of it. Wow, somebody invited 1,112 people. Well, that would be nice if they all came in one day. It would really be wonderful. No, I don't drink coffee at all. Mostly what I drink is just water. I don't need coffee. I drank it when I was a lot younger. But since I've been on the vegan lifestyle, I do not drink coffee. Tea probably is better, but you know something? I'm not accustomed to drinking that either. I don't really like the taste of tea all that well either. It's an acquired taste, I think, and I really haven't acquired the taste for it pretty much, so I don't really drink it. But I drink water because that's what our bodies are made up of. You know, we should need that more than anything. I drink lots of water, which is good because we need water. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I do fall and slip and go back a little bit, but I do everything I can to get myself back on track and eat the right kinds of foods. This here is healthy because it doesn't have anything in there that's going to harm me. Everything that's in there is good, and it's good for me, and I don't have to worry. And this I can take and freeze up what I don't use, which I'm definitely going to do because this makes a lot, as you can see. This made an awful lot. I just used a cup of lentils. Oh, thank you. And you have a great night too. And thank you for coming in. But this really is a simple recipe. I mean, it looks so good. Look at that. I mean, it's very, very easy to make. You're welcome. So easy to make. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to do this today or the cashew ranch for tomorrow. But I thought, well, I'll leave the cashew ranch for tomorrow because Friday's a little bit harder day to do too much anyway. Oh, yes, lentils are very good. Oh, you have the ingredients down from yesterday's scope? Oh, great. Well, this will be posted up on my Facebook group. I'll post the ingredients up there on the Facebook group so people can make this themselves. And it's very simple to make, not hard at all. And you don't need meat. You don't need meat to make sloppy joes. You see, you make lentils, and it still looks like meat. You put everything in it. You put your tomato paste and all the tomato sauce. Look at that. It looks so good. There's nothing in here that's going to harm you. And your garlic, you know. Lentils are, if you've ever had lentil soup, they're like a legume. They're very small. They don't have a lot of taste to them, but when you start flavoring them up with other things, they become very good. They're very versatile, just like chickpeas. They're very easy to find in your stores. If you can find them in your stores, look for them and buy them. Nope, no sugar. No sugar at all. Not this is vegan sloppy joes. You don't put any sugar in it. Nope, not any sugar. Not any sugar at all. I'll tell you what it has in it. I cooked a cup of lentils into 4 cups of water, and I left that, after it come to a boil, then I left it simmer for 20 minutes. I timed it, and then I went and drained the water off and left it sit in my pan. Then I took 1 medium yellow onion, chopped it up, a green bell pepper, which was supposed to be a pretty good size one, or a small one, but I had a big one. 2 garlic cloves, which were pretty good size. I used my garlic press on that. For people that have never seen it, this is the garlic press. It's got soap on it, but this is the garlic press, and it's a very nice. It's a very, very good product to have. 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons of ketchup or tomato paste. I didn't have ketchup, so I used tomato paste. 3 tablespoons of yellow mustard. One thing I forgot. I'm going to have to put it in there. Is 3 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. Now, there's where the flavoring comes in. You asked about the sugar. It's got maple syrup. I forgot that, so good thing you asked me about that. So I better get my maple syrup in here, because I know I'm missing something. I looked in my thing and it didn't. Oh yeah, here's a tablespoon. So 3 of these. These are the stackable ones, so it takes 3 of these. Because you asked about sugar, and I remembered seeing maple syrup on the list, and I forgot to put it in here. Well, I can add it now. It won't do any. It won't be any harm. You just add it and then stir it in. That'll be a different flavor. There we go. And this is the maple syrup I get. There's different kinds at Walmart. I get that one, and I think there's another one. This one's almost gone, so I've got another one sitting in my cupboard. There. Now, I forgot about that. I don't want it. When I went down the list of the things to put in here, I skipped the yellow mustard and also skipped the maple syrup. Not to, and I wasn't supposed to do that, but sometimes I do that. When I skip one thing, I end up missing the next one down the line. Vegan honey made from apples. No, I didn't know that. I know they say you're not a vegan if you use honey. Well, I do use honey. I do have honey in my in my cupboard. I have raw honey, and I do use it a time or two. They claim that you're not vegan if you use honey because of the bees. I kind of fail to see the reason for that, you know. But I don't worry about it, because when it calls for honey in a thing I'm making, I'll just put it in there. I don't use a lot of it. No, I use maple syrup more than I use honey. No, bees aren't animals, but yet they say that if you use honey, you're not vegan, you know. But yet I know Adventists that do use honey. Erlene uses it. We have a Seventh-day Adventist evangelist, Forerunner. Those that know Forerunner, he uses it because he talked about it in one of his periscopes. He said, I use honey. If he uses it and he's an evangelist, well, then there can't be anything wrong with it. He doesn't agree that you can't have honey as a Seventh-day Adventist or to become vegan. Yeah, fish aren't meat either. Fish aren't animals, but they're not animals, but they're meat. So we do not eat as vegans, we do not eat anything with a face. We do not eat cow. We do not eat pig. We do not eat any kind of fowl. We do not eat any fish. Anything with a face, we do not eat it. Vegan, we completely do away with the animal products. Bees are not harmed. That's what I figured. They're not harmed in the making. I'm going to try this now. Now that I put the maple syrup in here. That helped. That helped. It's really good. Very good. And if you make this, you're going to really like it. Very good flavor. Because you want that taste that you get from regular sloppy joes by using meat, you know, because it's not supposed to be sweet at all. That's right. Not harming animals. You're absolutely right. No, I did not. No, I don't use mustard. I don't have mustard. I don't buy mustard. I don't care for mustard, so I didn't put that in here. I leave out what I don't want to put in here. I will put that on the recipe, though. When I post it on Facebook, I'll put that as one of the ingredients. But I'll say that I omitted it, which I do. Now, it's neat as anything that walks the earth. So, when it says yellow mustard, I don't care for it. I never have. So I will not put it in my food. I leave it out. I leave that out. I leave apple cider vinegar out. I use lemon juice instead. I do use lime juice. But like I said before, these recipes are not set in stone. So feel free to tweak them any way you choose. You may put something in it that I don't have. Now, somebody else will make this and probably put the mustard in there. Or they'll leave something else out. You do what you want, because we don't all have the same taste. You may like something that I don't, and I may like something that you don't. And so you just take the recipes when you get them and you tweak them to your liking. You put in what you want and leave out what you don't want to put into it. It still tastes good even without the mustard. You don't need the mustard in there because I think that's too tangy anyway. I don't like anything real tangy, and I'd rather just leave it out. This is good enough flavor. I mean, look what everything that's in here. This is really good. I mean, it looks good and it tastes good. No doubt about it. It's going to be good for me. And once I post this up on Facebook, people will like what they see, and I hope they give it a try. Yesterday, what I made was very, very good. It was delicious, and I'm really pleased with it. My cookies I made the other day, my no-bake cookies and my muffins have all been real good. I'm still eating on them, and they're real good. So those things, if you want to make them, just go into my vegan group if you're not part of it, and see what a recipe in there that you might want to try, because Arlene and I are posting recipes all the time. Just find a recipe that you want to try and make it. Oh, you can't wait to make yesterday's. Yeah, you have to let me know how it comes out for you, because it was really delicious. It really was. Man, it was so good. You know, and it's a recipe I'm going to make again. Okay. My Facebook group is called Karen's Vegan Heaven. Just ask to join the group, and I will approve you. I've got, I think, something like 284 members in there right now. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Arlene and I post recipes in there quite often. I post yesterday's in there. I will post this in there. And just feel free to make whichever. Arlene has made mine already. She'll take one of the recipes I've made and she'll make it herself and see how it comes out for her. You just take the recipes. You don't have to be vegan to eat them. I mean, if you want to put other things in them, go right ahead. But we post the recipe the way it was written, and then we tell you what we put in it. That's what I do anyway. I tell you what I put in it. Because that's what I'll do. I'll post this the way it's written, and if I omit something, I'll tell you like I omitted it. Like the mustard, I'll tell you that I omitted that. I didn't put it in there. But feel free to put it in there if you want to. There's recipes that call for like apple cider vinegar. If you want to use it, go ahead. Or if there's something that calls for sour cream, put that in. Something, if it calls for sour cream, put that in too. I just don't particularly put in everything. I like to try to make everything, if I can, basically, good. Basically the way it was written, unless it has something in it that I don't normally use in it, like the mustard. I didn't use the mustard, but I put everything else in here that this recipe called for, except for the mustard. Because something I make for the very first time, I want to make sure it's going to come out. Because you never know when you make it the first time how it's going to taste. And once I've tried it, if I find that it's lacking something or it's kind of blah, I'll decide, well, how do I want to make this the next time? Is there something I need to add to it that I didn't add in? And that's what I do. I just figure out what it really needs. Some of the recipes, they sound absolutely delicious. And I have tried many recipes where they sound absolutely delicious, but by the time I went to eat them, they were absolutely horrible. So you won't find every one of them that are actually good to eat. They look good, but they're not when you get right down to it. So I'm glad when I can try something that I really like, and when I like it, I try it again. I make it over and over again. Maybe not right at first, but I've got a lot of recipes that I've made over the time since I've been in Periscope. An awful lot. And Arlene can tell you that. I've made a lot of recipes. I don't know how many I've made, but I've made an awful lot. And I just keep posting them all the time. I'll post it in my regular page, my vegan group, and then tomorrow I'll post it up into Alexis's. She'll have to approve it, but I'll post it up into hers. And she's not in here right now because she's probably at work. But this is a real good, simple recipe that anybody can try. You don't have to be vegan to try it. My daughter's not vegan, but I bet she can try it if she wants to. If she, gets lentils. Lentils are really cheap. They're not that expensive at all. You can get a 2-pound bag, just measure out a cup of whatever it takes and make sure you have enough water in them. It takes about 20 minutes to cook them or so. And they don't take long at all. And they come out really nice and these are very tender. you can just see that. I can pick this up now. You can just see, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Everything in there is good for you. Healthy, and nothing that you wouldn't want to put into your body. So you got to be real careful what you put into your body, because there's so many things out there that aren't good for us. We think they are, but in all essence, they aren't. So you got to be real careful. As I said yesterday, the manufacturers put so many chemicals in the foods that they think that people aren't going to be looking at the ingredients anyway. So they'll make the packaging enticing, so you'll go out and buy it because of the packaging. But when it comes right down to it, what's in there is not good for you. It makes you sick. And I don't want to eat anything that's going to make me sick. I mean, I've just been down that road where I didn't feel very good for a while. I want to get back to normal, and I'm back to normal now, and I want to stay that way. So I don't want to put anything in my body that's going to harm it, make it worse. Well, that's probably true, because we do have a health message, but we only do it too because it's not good for your body. We have to be very careful. Whether you're Seventh-day Adventist or not is immaterial. Our bodies are all made up the same. We all have the same body parts and everything. We're all made up the same, and our bodies probably react differently to different things. That's true. They don't all react the same, but our bodies are all made up the same. So things that people think are not going to harm their body probably end up eventually do. Yes, most of them are. Yes, my son and daughter-in-law are vegetarians. They're not complete vegans because they still eat cheese. They drink. Well, she uses eggs in her cakes because she makes cakes as a sideline. She bakes wedding cakes. She makes anniversary cakes and birthday cakes, and for newborn babies, she makes cakes and she sells them and makes good money at it. So they raise chickens so they can have the eggs. But other than that, but they still eat eggs too, because my son posted a breakfast one morning that she had fixed for him with vegan sausage and eggs and hash browns, I think it was. And he says, well, he ate better in Israel and probably had a healthier breakfast than what he had there. And I thought, yep, probably did. Yep, because what he had was a healthy, hearty breakfast. You know, they say breakfast is the biggest meal of the day. You're supposed to eat a lot for breakfast, but I just can't do that. For some reason, I don't eat much for breakfast. That's right. We are going to be vegan. So we might as well be vegan now. You're right. You're right, Arlene. We're going to be vegan in the kingdom of God. So we might as well be vegan now, because we're not going to have meat in the kingdom. We're not going to have chicken. We're not going to have fish. We're not going to have pork. We're not going to have cow. We're not going to have any of that. We're going to eat the fruits of the land. You know, we're going to eat the tree of life. Eat from the tree of life. There's 12 different fruits each month. Can you imagine eating all that fruit? You know. Oh, you did. Oh, you have, Erlene, made lentil sloppy joes before? Oh, good. Well, then I don't know if you made them like this or not. You probably found a total different recipe. I found this one on Pinterest. Most of my recipes I'm finding are all on Pinterest. So, and I wanted to plan this week out. So probably Sunday I'll go in there and I'll start looking for next week. Start finding recipes I can make throughout the week. Some will be savory. Some will probably be desserts or whatever. You know, be different things. You know, I don't like to make desserts every day or savory every day. I kind of mix things up a little bit. So that's what I want to do. So, but I'm going to have to close this up so I can go and eat this before it gets cold. But I thank you all for coming on. And I hope you're, it probably may be the very one, Erlene. Once I post it up on Facebook, you'll see what the recipe is, and you can check it against yours and see if it's the same. It probably pretty much is similar. But anyway, I'm going to go for now so I can, thank you. It tastes good too. I already tasted it. It tastes really good. I'm going to go ahead and close out this Periscope now because I want to eat this before it gets too cold. And I'll be coming on tomorrow, earlier than today probably, because it is Friday, and I'm going to make some cashew ranch dressing tomorrow. So yes, it does. So be waiting for that tomorrow. So until then, I hope your day is a blessed one. Take care. God bless. Love you all, and bye bye. Yes, it is. Bye bye.